Imagine seeing a tiny three-wheel camper parked in the middle of a place where no normal RV would ever dare to go. No campground. No hotel. No electricity pole. No crowded parking area. Just mountains, trees, fresh air, and a road that seems to disappear into the wilderness. At first, it looks almost unreal. How did it get here? And more importantly, how can someone actually live inside something this small? The answer becomes obvious the moment the door opens. This isn't just a three-wheel vehicle. It's a tiny mobile home designed around one powerful idea. You don't need a giant house to experience a giant adventure. The journey begins in the early morning. The camper is completely packed. Food is stored in the kitchen. Water is ready. The battery is charged. The sleeping area has been folded away. The windows are clean. Everything is organized. There are no heavy trailers behind it. No massive vehicle is needed to pull it. The camper simply starts moving under its own power. Three wheels touch the road. The engine comes alive. And the adventure begins. At first, the road is familiar. There are houses on both sides. Cars are moving through traffic. People are heading to work. Everything looks completely normal. But then the buildings begin disappearing. The road becomes wider. The traffic becomes lighter. And the horizon opens. The camper continues forward. There is no strict schedule. No hotel waiting. No reservation that has to be reached before a certain time. That's one of the biggest differences between traditional travel and traveling with a home on wheels. You can change your mind at any moment. You can see a beautiful road and follow it. You can discover a lake and decide to stay. You can find a mountain viewpoint and make it your bedroom for the night. The destination doesn't have to be decided before the journey. Sometimes the journey creates the destination. After several hours, the first mountains appear. The driver slows down. The road begins climbing. Trees surround the camper. The temperature drops. The air becomes cooler and cleaner. The city is now far behind. Ahead is a small road. It looks almost forgotten. There are no tourist signs. No restaurants. No hotels. Just a narrow path leading deeper into the mountains. This is exactly where the camper becomes interesting. A giant RV might hesitate. A huge motorhome needs space. It needs wide turns. It needs large parking areas. But this little camper has a completely different advantage. It can fit. The driver turns. The three wheels move onto the narrow road. Branches pass above the roof. The road becomes rough. The camper slows down. But it continues. One turn. Another turn. Then another. The forest becomes thicker, the road climbs higher. Eventually, the trees begin to disappear. The camper reaches the top of the mountain. And then, everything changes. The forest suddenly opens. A huge valley appears below. Snow-covered mountains stretch across the horizon. A river reflects the afternoon sunlight. Clouds move slowly between the peaks. The driver stops. The engine goes silent. For several seconds, nobody moves. There is nothing to say. The view says everything. The camper has found its destination. Not a planned destination. Not a famous destination. A discovered destination. The door opens. Fresh mountain air enters the cabin. And this is where the tiny camper becomes a home. The seating area is ready. The table unfolds. The kitchen becomes active. A cup of coffee is prepared. You sit beside the window. The mountains are right outside. There is no television needed. No expensive decoration. No entertainment system required. Nature is already providing the show. This is one of the most beautiful things about a camper. The outside world becomes part of your living room. The windows are not just windows. They're moving picture frames. Every location creates a completely different interior. A mountain view can turn the cabin into a luxury lodge. A beach can turn it into an oceanfront apartment. A forest can make it feel like a treehouse. A desert can make it feel like a private expedition vehicle. The camper stays the same. The experience changes. After breakfast, it's time to explore. A hiking trail begins nearby. The camper becomes the base. The door locks. A backpack is taken. And the driver walks into the forest. The trail is quiet. Birds are singing. The wind moves through the trees. After an hour, the trail becomes steeper. Then the trees open. A waterfall appears. Water crashes down a rocky cliff. Mist fills the air. There is no crowd. No traffic. No noise. Just the waterfall. You stay there for a while. Eventually, the sun begins moving lower. It's time to return. The trail leads back toward the camper. And there it is. Small. Quiet. Waiting. You open the door. The cabin feels instantly familiar. This is something hotels can't provide. When you return to a hotel, everything around you is different. In a camper, your home is exactly where you left it. Your bed is still there. Your kitchen is still there. Your belongings are still there. Your coffee is still there, only the location has changed. And that's a powerful feeling. The evening arrives. The camper's solar panels have spent the day collecting energy. The battery stores that energy. Now the cabin can use it. Lights turn on. The refrigerator continues working. Your devices can be charged. The interior remains comfortable. You don't need a campsite with an electrical connection. You're carrying your own energy. That's the real attraction of off-grid travel. The farther you can operate independently, the farther you can explore. Instead of asking, "Where is the nearest campground?" you start asking, "Where is the best view?" That is a completely different way of traveling. Dinner is prepared. The sun begins disappearing behind the mountains. The sky turns golden. The peaks glow orange. Then the light fades. The valley becomes dark. The first star appears. Then another.